Welcome students to our second lesson on narration change. We are doing exercises on narration change, and we know that narration changes are also known as transformation from direct to indirect speech, or indirect to direct speech, or transformation to reported speech. Now, I again have chosen 5 sentences which are different sentences. Some are affirmative sentences, some are interrogative sentences, while one or two is imperative sentences. So we are going to see how we transform the sentences from direct to indirect speech. I am going to read the sentences first, the 5 sentences that I have chosen for today's segment, and then we are going to see how we can transform them. The first one, Leela said, I don't see it. Pretty straightforward sentence, I should say. Then the second sentence, the coolie said to Lady Lal, are you traveling alone, sister? For students who are interested, this is actually a direct quotation from a very popular story by Pushpal Singh, Karma. Taken this example from this sentence. I'm sorry, from that short story. Then sentence number 3. She said, are the trains very crowded on these lines? This again is from Karma. Sentence number 4. Tell me a story, mother, she said. And sentence number 5. Let us keep him in our house, she said. Let us go back to sentence number 1 now, which is, of course, Leela said, I don't see it. As we can see, this is, as I've already said, this is a pretty straightforward sentence. We are going to begin this sentence with Leela said, no changes there, Leela said. And because we remove comma and inverted comma, we are going to write that, Leela said that. I refers to Leela, so I becomes she. And then a very important change, because this is in past tense, this will also become simple past tense the moment we remove the commas and inverted commas. So I don't see it. Mira said that she did not see it. Remember the two tenses, the verbs, the tenses, they must correspond to each other. And one thing, a very common mistake that students often commit, they change it into that it is not required. It will stay it. This will become that, but it will always remain it, whether in direct speech or in indirect speech. Let us move on to sentence number 2. The coolie said to Lady Lal, are you traveling alone, sister? Two things. First, this is an interrogative sentence, and this is the thing that the coolie is addressing Lady Lal as sister. So better we start this sentence with that only. Like we're going to start this sentence with addressing the coolie is of course addressing Lady Lal. So addressing Lady Lal as sister. Don't forget to put this comma. Address Lady Lal as sister. The coolie, the coolie, because it's an interrogative sentence. The coolie asked her. Of course, Lady Lal is a woman, so the coolie asked her. Remember, the question doesn't start with a WH word. So again, we are going to write E for winner. If you becomes she was traveling alone. Let us move on to sentence number 3. She said, are the trains very crowded on these lines? Remember students, I have chosen particularly those sentences where I can show you how different words are changed when they are rewritten in indirect speech. So we'll see that over here also. She said, are the trains very crowded on these lines? The first thing that the students must notice is this is again an interrogative sentence. So while writing it in indirect speech, we are of course not going to write she said, but we are going to write she asked. Again, the question doesn't begin with a WH word, so we're going to write if or whether. She asked if the trains, and then the verb where. R becomes where, very crowded on, and this is very important, these becomes those, on those lines. She asked if the trains were very crowded on those lines. Then sentence number 4, tell me a story, mother, she said. This is also important. Now, this is a piece of advice for the students. When you are asked to transform sentences from direct to indirect, try to understand the meaning of the sentence and the mood of the sentence. Tell me a story, mother, she said. Now, of course, she is making a request. She over here is, of course, making a request. So, better you use that when you rewrite this sentence in indirect speech. You simply write, she requested her mother to tell her a tell her a story. Then we move on to sentence number 5. Let us keep him in our house, she said. Now this is an imperative sentence. This is an imperative sentence, and see how we are going to rewrite sentences into indirect when we have got an imperative sentence. Let's see. Let us keep him in our house, she said. So over here, this is a suggestion. So we are going to write, she suggests. I have forgotten to mention. Let us go back to the previous sentence once again. As you can see, tell me a story, mother. This is a request. So even this one, this two is an imperative sentence. This is a request. And the last one, let us keep him in our house. He said, this is a suggestion, as I told you. And of course, this is again an imperative. So let us keep him in our house. She said. We're going to write, she suggested that they should keep him in. There's the change. Our becomes their house. So this is how we have transformed these 5 sentences. Another piece of advice before we come to the end of today's lesson on narration change. Students, I would like you to remember this, that whenever you are asked to rewrite sentences from direct to indirect speech, always take one word at a time and then try to rewrite the sentences. Like the moment you see a sentence, let us take this example, sentence number 2. The coolie said to Lady Lal, the first thing to notice, you first read the sentence, then you notice there's this question mark at the end. So you simply write, the coolie asked. But then, of course, here, this sister over here. So again, addressing Lady Lal as sister, the coolie asked. And then there's this R, so you are going to write, the coolie asked her if. Then you becomes she. The R comes after she because this is being rewritten as an assertive sentence. So the R becomes was and it follows she. So if she was, of course, traveling remains, stays traveling if she was traveling alone. If we can see, look at another sentence in this fashion, she said, are the trains very crowded on this line? Again, take one word at a time. She asked, of course, there's this question mark, so there's asked. Then the WH word is not there. The question begins with R. So if she asked if the trains were very crowded, the trains are becomes where and follows the trains because it's an assertive sentence now. So the subject comes first and then the verb. So she asked if the trains were very crowded on, and then these becomes those lines. The moment you try to look at the entire sentence and then try to do it in your mind and then you write it in your copy, there's a chance that you're going to make mistakes. And take it from me, it's better that you take one word at a time and then you try to rewrite sentences, transform sentences from direct to indirect. Now, this brings us to the end of our lesson on narration change. Of course, there's many more types of sentences, many more examples that we would like to deal with in future. Thank you, students, for tuning in. Hope to meet you soon. For testing your understanding of this lesson and more videos, log on to www.tubelessons.net.